Hey, this your girl, msyelladiva. I am bringing you another episode of the Shy, Season 7, Episode 10. The block is hot. Okay. All right. So, if you are new here, welcome. All right. We do reviews here, okay? We do. And if you are returning, welcome back. Sound a little ashy today, but that's fine. All right, give me a thumbs up, like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel, and we will begin. All right, um, so Emmett wakes up in the hospital. He requests, uh, what's her name? He requests Keisha to come and see him. Okay, so because I guess he requested Keisha to come see him, the doctor's gonna allow her to come back because she ain't family, so she ain't supposed to be back there. Okay, so anyway, so then he asked her to marry him, and it was crickets. To the point he said, did you hear me? Okay, did you hear me? And she said, yeah. She said, but let's not talk about it right now. And so, his face all cracked and stuff. And so Jada was like, okay, can y'all give me a minute with my son? So everybody leave. And then she just gonna drop the bomb on talking about, yeah, she gonna drop, yeah, I'm dying. I'm dying. Okay. Cancer's back and I'm dying. Okay. That's how she said it like that. Okay then. So 3 weeks later, he out the hospital, and so he talking about he don't want to live he don't want to live anymore. He feeling sorry for himself because she don't want to marry him, and his mama about to die. So Keisha said, maybe baby, you should go to therapy, for real therapy, not some bullshit therapy about the men's circle. You need to go to some for real people that you can talk to. Okay, that's what she said. So he gonna do it because he want to marry her, you know. So if he don't get no therapy, she ain't gonna marry him. That's how it's gonna be. Anyway, so Pastor Zeke want to get back with Carolyn. I don't know why. I guess he just lonely, the girl, the young girl fucked Jake and shit. So they got a divorce, and then the white girl, because he ain't no big pastor, then he ain't got no money. She left, so he going back to his roots, Carolyn. And Carolyn is, she actually entertaining this this invitation. Not me. Anyway, Pastor Z wants to throw a block party to what is it? Throwing a block party to bring awareness to gun violence. Okay, fine. All right, Shanita is running the shit out of Smokey's honey. Okay. And one of her first decisions is to fire Damien. Ooh-wee. Is to fire Damien. Okay. All right. So so he come in and she was like, oh, okay, you Damien, you fired. I'm like, oh shit. And so Damien was like, no, you can't fire me. My brother is the owner. She said, I don't care. She said, I'm the manager and you fired. And Damien was like, well, that's fucked up. And she was like, yeah, so it's stealing from your family. I know that's right, girl. That's right. Yeah, so it's stealing from your family. And then he gonna say, fuck you. And then what? Then Shanita was like, what you say, boy? She got that mama voice. What you say, boy? And so he was like, nothing. And she was like, that's what I thought you said. But then she said, I like your nail polish. And then he had to leave. Anyway, Jada is not feeling up to this block party, but she is feeling up to dancing with Emmett and then dancing with Darnell. Okay, that's fine. All I thought about was when he was dancing with his mama, and then I was thinking, dance with my father again, you know. Dance with my mother again. Yeah, poor baby. All right, babe. Emmett uh, is checking up on Shanita, you know, because apparently Smokey's is catering this block party. So he checking up, trying to see, you know, if everything going right and everything like that. And Shanita was like, "Listen, I'm running this show. This show is my thing. I'm running this." So then he was like, he said, "Well, where's the menu?" She was like, "No, no, that's old school. We got QR codes." Okay, hey, but I don't think I don't know. I don't know how many. I don't know. I don't know who come to Smokies, but you know, some people may not have a smartphone. You know, especially them old people. They may not have a smartphone, so you probably gonna have to get a menu somewhere, or at least put it up in the top, cause you know. But anyway, so Nut come in, you know, talking about AE. I was like, oh, they real bros. AE, you supposed to be resting. You supposed to be resting. I said, oh, I ain't know they was them boys. Okay, but Emmett said, yeah, well, this chick done fired my brother, and so Nook was like, well, maybe I can find something for him to do. And so Emmett was like, not nothing illegal, I'll tell you that. And so he was like, no, I can find something for him to do. Okay, we'll see. Anyway, Jake has a booth at the block party. He with his chai seeds, shy seeds or chai seeds. I don't know. Shy. I don't know. Okay, shy seeds. I think that's what it is. Shy seeds. Okay. Yeah. And so because that's his clothing line, and so he gives a vest to Papa because they bros, and he said these are I made these for friends and family, and it looked like a Girl Scout. It looked like a Girl Scout vest, but hey, it was cute. It was a little green and stuff. Yeah, it was cute though. And so yeah, but oh, I got a question, y'all. I got a question, y'all. And y'all tell me in the comments, okay? Do y'all think Emmett has a drinking problem? Because he was putting some of this brown liquor in this red cup, that red Solo cup. And so then, him and his dad was, drinking, and then him and Victor was drinking, and he kept asking Victor, do you want some more? And he was like, no, I don't want no more. But I think Emmett is developing a drinking problem. Y'all tell me if y'all think so too, because I really do think he's developing a drinking problem, because he keep that's the reason. And then he got drunk and beat up Reg, and then he got shot and things like that. I think he's developed, and I think it's going to be even worse. It's going to really show itself when his mama died. I do think it's going to really show itself. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all tell me, because I really do think he has a drinking problem, but I could be wrong. Okay. But anyway, so Jamal is gonna pray for Jada, Okay. Anyway, so Shanita is wearing a shirt that says, you want this smoke? And I thought it was cute, but Emmett was like, uh, he said, what's going on with this? And he was like, you supposed to run this by me. You can't be just, wearing paraphernalia. Lord Jesus. wearing uh, clothes that, for Smokies. What's this? And so she was just like, I'm trying to, get a brand, and so I'm trying out, and so then she said that you should partner with your ex-wife, and so he was like, well, how you know Tiff? And she said, I don't know her, but I know that weed though, okay, so if you partner with her, you know, so I don't know how they gonna partner, weed and and Smokies, but hey, if you partner with her, we can make it big. Cause I understand, you get the munchies when you smoke weed, but I don't know how. Okay, so if you buy some weed from Tiff, you get a coupon or something for some free wings or something from Smokies. How you gonna like, But you gotta buy the weed from Tip, and you can get some free wings from Smokies, whatever, or one rib, free rib or something. I don't know how that works, but she wants him to partner with Tiff. Okay, that's cool. Like I said, she is in it to win it at Smokies. Okay. I don't know if Emmett's gonna get sick of her and try to take his job back, or if he is gonna fall in line with all the stuff that she got going on. I think he should fall in line with all the stuff she got going on, because I mean, she is managing the shit out your stuff. Okay. Anyway, um, Reg asked Jackie who taught her how to shoot, and Jackie said, I taught myself. And so then Reg was talking. He was just talking. And then for some reason he said, pause. Okay. And Jackie was like, that is the gayest shit you can say. And so then Reg jump up talking about, I hit a bitch. And she said, do it. She said, do it. Okay. She was right up in his face. Please do it. Okay, and I'm quite sure. I don't know. I think Jackie could have beat the shit out of Reg. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying. I think he could have. But she could have beat the shit out of Reg. Okay. Well, anyway. So then, so of course Reg backed down because he ain't gonna fight her, because I think he kind of scared of her too. I'm kind of scared of her, okay? So Reg notices this car outside who has not moved, and so he thinks that the cops is watching him. And Animal was like, nigga, you paranoid, you smoking too much weed and stuff like that. So Jackie was like, you want me to go take care of that? I was like, so she ready to kill cops. Okay, okay. she is ready to kill cops. He was like, no, stand down, stand down. I was like, okay. But Reg knows something. He kind of feeling, he's kind of feeling Hannibal like, okay, so you don't think it's a cop outside, and all the other stuff. So I think he gonna do something. Anyway, so Jake gives Bakari a a jacket as well. Okay. Even though their brothers are beefing, okay, their brothers are beefing, he still gives Bakari a friends and family vest. That's nice of him. Good. Kudos. Give you a clap, baby. Kudos. Okay. Even though the brothers are beefing. And so then Jake was like, Bakari, you need to come work for me. You ain't got to work for Nook. You can come work for me. And so, but, yeah, so, yeah, so he was like, you can come work for me. Uh, what's his name? Bakari gonna come work for him, but hey, he offered that. Anyway, so, Nook convinces Hannibal that he should uh, hire Damien, and Hannibal against his Hannibal, hires him against his good judgment. Okay, because we know Damien is not to be trusted, but he hired him anyway because Nook asked him to. So he wants, so he wants him to like watch over his shrooms at night. Okay, he got the night shift. Okay, so he got three rules. Okay, don't steal, don't say stupid shit, and don't lie. Okay, three rules. That's it. Damien broke that first rule about don't steal. He grabbed two shrooms and put it in his man purse, okay? And went to the block party, okay? Went to the block party, okay? So, he already messed up, okay? He already messed up. Anyway, Pastor Zeke and is at the block party with Carolyn and her hammer pants on. Can't touch it. Dun, 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 dun. Can't touch it. Yeah, them hammer pants, okay. Better known as genie pants, okay. I ain't seen them since the late 80s or early 90s. But I did see some. I guess they're coming back in style because I did see um, uh, our Nicole Ari Parker. She had some on in just like that. The last episode and just like that. I reviewed that too. Yeah. So she had them on too. Anyway, so but she got them hammer pants on. Can't touch this. Dun, 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 dun. And so Zeke was like, well, I want to reintroduce myself to Carolyn. And Carolyn was like, well, I miss the old you. And he was like, well, that Zeke is not all the way dead. Okay, whatever. Nook tells Detective Toussaint that she needs to back up because Reg basically noticed a cop being outside and whatever. So he said they need to back up, and so she was just like, first of all, don't tell me how to do my job, and second of all, she needs to catch him robbing ATMs or something. Catch him in the act so she can arrest him and bring him in, so her son can get out of jail. Tiff and Nook is throwing bean bags, because now Tiff, interested in Nook more so than Vic now. Yeah, so they throwing bean bags. And so then she gonna lean over because, the baby kicking and stuff like that. The baby kicking because he's saying that this guy killed my daddy. Please get him, leave him alone because he killed my daddy. That's what he kicking for. Okay. And so then Nook had to touch her belly, to feel the baby kick. Victor over there, mean mugging in the shadows, just mean mugging. Okay. In the shadows. Okay. But Tiff, this man killed your daddy. I mean, your baby daddy. Okay. You should not be with him. Okay. So Reg is beating dumbass Keith in Connect Four, and he tell Jackie that we got to roll tonight or tomorrow night. He gonna hit up this jewelry spot. Okay. And Jackie was like, well, how much, was in the safe? And he said about $50,000. She said, I want half. And so he was like, no, you can't have half. And she was like, oh no, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Okay. And so Hannibal overhears them hitting the jewelry spot. And so he gonna tell Nook. Okay. All right. So Shaw is over there flirting with this lady that's is selling candles. Shaw, come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Why are you always going for these old ass women? Okay? Alicia, Deja, okay? And now this lady, okay? She is clearly older than you, okay? Why are you going for all these old ass women? Okay, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But her name is Nora, and he wanted to cook for her, and she was like, no, you can take me out, though, because I don't go to strange men's houses, and I don't blame a girl. I don't blame her, okay? So, Detective Toussaint visited Alicia and tells her that Bakari probably knows the person who killed your son, because I found DNA outside the residence, outside your residence on the night that your son was killed. And so Alicia thinks she thinks that it's Nook that killed her son. Okay, she didn't believe it was Zay, even though she shot the shit out of Zay. And so apparently she don't believe it's Reg, even though she tried to kill Reg too and got Jamal. So now she thinks it's Nook, which it is Nook, but Tiff like Nook. Okay. So I don't know how you gonna kill Nook and Tiff like Nook. And Tiff is carrying your grandchild. Okay, so we don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, so Damien sees Zuri up in at the block party. So he wants her to try this shroom with him. And so they tried it, and they are higher than giraffe coochie. Okay, that's how high they are. Okay. They laying on the ground. She was like, you ever had sex on shrooms? And he was like, yeah, no. She said, do you want to? He was like, yeah. He said, but I don't want to with you because, you, that's part of your addiction. You already stole the shrooms. Okay. So you need to figure out your addictions too. Anyway, so they hired Giraffe Coochie. Okay. Dom and Jamal still trying to, go half on the baby. Okay. Oh, nobody cares about Jamal and Dom. Okay. Darnell and Emmett have a father and son talk. And so over some brown liquor. Okay. Okay. Over some brown liquor. And so Darnell told Emmett that you got to be a man before your mama pass away. And so he said, then Emmett was like, well, her job ain't done. He said, because listen, I need more than you can give me. And he talking to Darnell, and he was like, listen, I understand. He said, but you got to realize that I am losing the love of my life. I got you. Love of my life, you are my friend. Yeah, the love of his life. Okay. So Emmett apologized. He said, I'm sorry, I'm just mad. He said, but I gotta marry Keisha before mama dies. Whatever. Anyway, so Alicia pulls Bakari's scholarship. Tiff is um, making up arguments for with Victor. So everything Victor is doing, she's irritated by it now. Okay, now before she was all into him and everything like that, and Victor told Emmett that he kissed her and she wants to if she wants to go down that road, he wants to go down the road with her. Now, now she want to go down that road with Nook, and now she picking fights with him. I mean with Victor. So she said um okay, so yeah, so like I said, she picked a fight with Ben. And she was just like, "I hired you to manage the bar, not sing," because he's singing and trying to do his stuff. And so she was like, he said, "Well, it's just passing time," you know. And then Tiff was like, "Well, you don't want to be here," and he was like, "No, I ain't say that. I ain't say that." And she was like, well, you need to just do your job and stuff. She's just picking fights. I mean, really, stop, Tiff, okay? Because you're gonna lose Victor, and you're gonna lose Nook, because Alicia gonna kill him, and then you gonna go back to Victor and trying to, get some sympathy, okay? Because she ain't gunning for Victor. She gunning for Nook, okay? So you need to let that go. Jada and Keisha have a heart to heart. Jada said that you are the strongest person I know next to me. Okay. And I want you to take on the leadership role of the probably the sister circle. Yeah. So anyway, Hannibal, like I said, tells Nook that Reg is doing the jewelry. And so Angie, better known as Penny Proud, okay? She said, "I don't like rats." And so Hannibal was like, "Well, you like being alive?" And so Angie was like, "Listen," she said, "don't get us killed fucking with Reg." I know that's right, girl. I know that's right. Okay. Okay. Don't get us killed fucking with Reg, okay? I know that's right. So, so Jada gives Emmett the wedding ring, her wedding ring. And she said, "Listen, the next time you ask Keisha, ask it with conviction and not out of fear." Okay? All right. So he probably gonna ask her again, and probably the last episode is gonna be the wedding, and then Jada die. Anyway, but police at the jewelry store, because the police for the crime, because they came because they got a tip. Okay, so the police come, and it is two different men, not Jada, and Jada is a female, sorry. Not Jada, not Jackie. Jackie is a female, and Reg. It's two men, okay, that's robbing the jewelry store, and nobody knows who these people are, okay? So Detective Toussaint is mad as hell, okay? And so then Reg knows that somebody is giving tips to the cops, and he probably think it's Hannibal, okay? So now Reg is side eyeing Hannibal, okay? Uh what's Detective, oh, what the hell? Detective Toussaint is side eyeing Nook. Okay, so everybody side eyeing everybody else. And Hannibal is very fearful now. that he gave him the wrong intel. So we don't know what's going on now. So anyway, Alicia told Bakari that I know. Alicia tells Bakari that you know who killed my son. And she said, and if you don't tell me, I'ma kill you and bury you in my backyard. Listen, you gonna be on the episode of Buried in My Backyard, man. I like that show, Buried in the Backyard. You gonna be on the episode of Buried in the Backyard, okay? You better tell Alicia that Nook killed him, okay? You gonna be on the episode of Buried in the Backyard. All right. But anyway, give me a thumbs up. Like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel. And we'll be back in the next episode. Thank you. See you later.